A couple of days ago, in a fiery column on FoxNews.com, a young woman by the name of Ying Ma defended Donald Trump, declaring herself an unabashed fan of the Republican nominee. She wrote, quote, "Strangers and friends alike have wondered how a highly educated Chinese-American woman could possibly support a man widely condemned as racist, sexist, misogynistic, xenophobic, and Islamophobic. It's not that complicated, really. I like the candidate and what he stands for, and I reject the caricature propagated by the mainstream media and his opponents." With me now, Ying Ma, who is also Deputy Director of the Committee for American Sovereignty, a pro-Trump super PAC. Ying, good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Let's just start.
Megan, great to be with you as well.
Let's start there, right? Because I think a lot of women out there are saying, how could she be behind? How could any woman support him at this point when you see the number of women coming forward and accusing him? And we'll just start there and ask you that.
Sure. Well, Megan, I think the allegations of sexual assault are very serious. They're very disturbing at this point. I know as much as you know, which is what we hear and see in the press, and Mr. Trump obviously has denied all charges categorically. So we simply don't know exactly what went on. Obviously, I don't deny that they are very disturbing allegations, but I support Donald Trump, and when I wrote that column, I listed all the reasons why I support him. They're very serious issues that this country faces. We've got a lot of challenges, and I believe he's the man who would be the right person. Explain that,
yeah, because you wrote this sort of before the sexual assault allegations were coming out.
Indeed, indeed.
But there was still a lot of controversial stuff that he had done and said prior to that, and you still said this is not a deal breaker for me. Explain why.
Sure. Well, let me start with all the controversial stuff that he said and done. I think that, from my point of view, just because somebody says controversial things doesn't disqualify him. The left has sort of suffocated our public debate and our private discourse for a very long time, that you're allowed to say certain things about women, about minorities, about religious groups, and nobody can even have an honest conversation anymore. And I think one of the reasons why Donald Trump has resonated with so many Americans is that he is considered to be an authentic person who is willing to tell the truth. A lot of times he says things that are very different from what other politicians would say, but the American people understand that he's speaking from the heart, and that's actually one of the reasons why he has tremendous appeal. And so one of the main reasons why I like him is that he is politically incorrect. Just because I'm a woman, just because I'm a minority, just because I'm an immigrant does not mean that I need the left to coddle me the way that it preaches.
Ying, let me ask you, if 10 more women came forward between now and November 8th, would it change your view of him?
I think these are very serious allegations, Megan. I don't deny that at all. But let me also say that even though the media has covered this so much, wall-to-wall coverage in the last few days, I don't remember CNN, NBC, ABC ever interviewing any of the victims who alleged that Bill Clinton assaulted them. I don't remember ABC interviewing Juanita Broderick.
Some have said today, I will say this, some have said that they asked and were refused. Right here on this program, we interviewed Kathleen Willey, and we have that. But Ying, what's the name of your book? Because it sounded very interesting.
The name of my book is Chinese Girl in the Ghetto, and it talks about my family's journey from communist China to inner city Oakland, California.
And pulling yourself up and relying on yourself to improve your life, which is a message that resonates with everybody. I got to run because we have a tight show tonight, but it's great to see you.
Thank you so much.